I don't
What
know.
was it like getting roasted by PewDiePie? PewDiePie.
That was a dark day.
What was it all about?
It sucked, man. Like,
Piques does what you do on Instagram, which is yourself sitting on or in front of cars with a funny caption like when she says "sit on my face."
growing up watching PewDiePie and then seeing yourself in one of his videos and you getting roasted by him, like, it sucks.
What really shines in Pique's content is the sexualness of it, which really thrives. The thumbnails.
To be honest, like, I started to get a lot of self-doubt after he posted.
Really?
I did, man. It's like, wait, the guy who I respect and grew up watching hates my content.
Welcome into the podcast, episode 21 of Livin Large. Guys, I was actually on my way to the studio and someone turned on their radio next to me and their car was on fire. Here's the clip if you guys are watching, because we have the most lit podcast on YouTube and all over the web. Make sure you guys drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. In fact, blow some smoke. Today's guest is already blowing the smoke.
Piques. That was
Piques.
so weak.
He's the vape god himself. Wearing 100% cotton. How you feeling today, bro?
I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well. So
Awesome.
Piques, if you guys don't know him, you should. Started off on soccer with Ronaldo back in the day, and then went on Vine, got famous. Vine died, rest in peace. Went over to Facebook, was literally the Facebook god and conquered Facebook videos.
That's right.
Grew his following on Instagram. Now he is shooting pornography. From what I'm under, no, I'm just kidding.
I've thought of it.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. This is a relaxed interview, as you can tell. He's got his vape pen. You're actually the first guest I've had on that's had a vape.
Really? That's so weird. Like, I heard like half the world.
Is that weed or is that tobacco?
No, I wish it was weed. This is just Virginia tobacco, 5% nicotine. Keeps me away from cigarettes. So.
Oh, you used to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
that's a bad habit.
Started smoking when I was 15, and on my 30th birthday, I was like, you know what? This is it. I gotta stop.
Wow, I did not know that.
Casually though, like I didn't smoke a lot.
You're like 3 packs a day, just casual.
No. I like five, 6 cigarettes a day, but still, like it's still smoking. You know.
What's the reason? Because I've never understood cigarettes. Because to me, they taste like shit.
It does. Honestly, it does. I don't know what the reasoning was. I think it, like, as a kid, you just want to be like rebellious, you know, like and cool. So when I was like 15, me and my friend used to like stand outside the convenience store and literally ask people to go in and buy us stuff.
And you lived in Canada.
I lived in Canada, yeah.
I didn't think people did illegal things in Canada.
Not many.
Where'd you grow up in Canada? Quebec?
No, not Quebec. I grew up in a is it town or I think it's a city now. Oh, it's called Woodbridge, Ontario.
Ontario, okay.
Ontario, yeah. I think there's like 1 million people who live in like the region of Vaughan, but I lived in like a small city or a small town, like 200,000-300,000 people.
Gotcha. Okay, shout out. That's not a small town. That's a big town from where I'm from.
Yeah. Actually, like coming out here and realizing that like there's like little pockets of like little small towns of like 200, 500 people. You're like, oh shit, like I never grew up in spots like that, so it's kind of cool to see.
That's crazy. So let's talk a little bit about, because you talk a lot about, you used to play soccer professionally,
right?
And you have a picture, I'll throw it on the screen, you and Ronaldo. Let's talk about that. How did you play soccer with Ronaldo?
It's a long story, but I'll make it as short as possible. So basically, I played soccer my whole life, and growing up, I was always one of the top like prospects, if you want to say that. I was a goalie. Okay. So when I was 14, my team ended up going to Portugal for a soccer tournament. And we played in the soccer tournament, and we went to the finals and lost to Sporting Lisbon 1-0, I believe. And
wow, you remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, well, I always remember. Like,
I'm still salty about it. That's why I smoke cigarettes, actually.
No, it's like you always remember like those instances, because like growing up, you're inspiring to be one of like the players on a big pro team, right? So when you play against the youth team, and you're from Canada, like you never thought that you'd play against the youth of a professional soccer team. So that's why I remember it vividly. And I ended up winning goalkeeper of the tournament and got an award for that. And literally right after the tournament, a scout came to my parents and said, we want your son to stay and play for Sporting like that day.
Whoa. Yeah.
And I was in grade 9 at the time, and I was going to a private school, which my mother was very happy about, and she basically like turned it down, saying that there was no way I was able to stay there because, you know, it was such a short notice, and having a 13, 14-year-old son and making them stay like without preparing. You know,
Right.
It's kind of hard for parents to do
course.
that. So I ended up coming back, finishing grade 9, and then I went to try out a year after. They ended up liking me after. They told me after a couple weeks there that they wanted me to stay, and I ended up staying there and not knowing that like Cristiano Ronaldo was going to be. I didn't even know who he was.
Right.
Like before I went there, like because he was still a kid. He was 15 years old, 16 when I ended up moving there, and when I moved there, we lived inside a stadium. So you imagine like a soccer stadium. And inside the soccer stadium, there was like quarters for like the kids who weren't from Portugal, who like were living there. Like, so we had kids from Africa, we had kids from other parts of Europe. Ronaldo is from an island in Portugal.
Okay.
So he moved to...
No, humble brag there. He's from an island.
Yeah, he's from an island in Portugal.
So was he rich growing up?
No.
No?
He was dirt poor. And I think that like helped him in as a kid wanting to become a very successful professional because he knew what he was going to go home to if he didn't make it. So we lived inside the stadium, and like I remember that like when there was literally games on, you could hear like the feet from the people like in the stands, and we're underneath them living, trying to sleep. You know, like that's how we were living, and yeah, I got to know him very well. We ended up, I stayed there for 1 season, so around like 9-10 months. And yeah, we didn't play on the same team because the way it was when you're like younger than 18, they split teams into A and B. So 15 and 16-year-olds would be considered, I think it was called juveniles. So I was younger, so we were the B team, and he was older, so he was the A team.
Okay.
So we lived together, we practiced together, we never played games together, but it was really cool, like because when I was a kid, we would all just be like hanging out, like joking around, playing video games, and he was literally the only person that would always have a tennis ball on him, like trying to juggle, do tricks, trying to put it through people's legs. Whenever we went out and we weren't allowed out, so we snuck out. He would always stay home. Like there was
just
no
good kid, focused.
Yeah, and now you see why.
Yeah,
right?
now he's
like,
signing $90 million contracts.
Right. So it was like I saw the dedication when he was a early teenager, and that dedication hasn't changed. It's probably even gotten better,
More intense.
Yeah, more intense. So I totally respect the guy, and yeah, it was great to grow up in soccer with him and other professional players and through social media we've all like remained in contact, which has been amazing.
What's that like being in Portugal, wanting to play soccer, and then having the life you live now? What did you ever expect this? Didn't you become like an accountant or something?
I was an insurance agent.
Insurance
when
agent?
I came back. Yeah.
So you went from playing soccer with Ronaldo.
Yep.
To being an insurance agent.
Yes. A successful insurance agent.
Okay, so that whatever you the dream of soccer, which is very difficult to become a professional athlete.
Correct.
So you did insurance agent. Then what made you hop on Vine? And why were you making videos? Why were you like one day like, yo, like was that ever a passion of yours, or did you just like see this app and see people getting famous? Like what was your deal?
No, when I started Vine, no one was considered famous. You know, I think when I first downloaded Vine, there was 2 people who I saw and I was amazed by them. One, Michael Lopriori.
I remember him. He's funny. Yeah.
Super funny dude. And the other one was Rudy Mancuso. Both of them had around like 30,000 followers. And when I saw that, I was like, holy cow, 30,000 followers? That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Like, how does someone like have that? So those were the original guys I saw. But how I started Vine was, I think I was on Twitter one day and someone shared a Vine video. And I was like, what the fuck is this app? Went on it. And I saw all these celebrities on it. Tyra Banks. Who else was on it?
Shout out Tyra Banks.
Shout out Tyra Banks. Who's the dude that did like the lemon stuff? He used to spit out lemons.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I forget it too. Comedian.
Comedian. Yeah. And like it blew my mind. Like this, like what they could do with 6 seconds. And
I could do a lot in 6 seconds. A little sexual innuendo there. Yeah.
Me, I'm a little bit longer than 10 seconds.
He had to progress over to Instagram when it turned to 15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw that and saw a couple of my friends who like downloaded the app and they were like just doing like random videos. And I thought that it'd be cool to hop on it. Not thinking about money, not thinking about fame, just wanted to have fun.
Because this was pre being famous on social media.
This was pre-social media. This
Right,
was like
yeah.
this was like for me the start.
Vine was literally, it set the ground, the framework for being famous on social media and making a living out of it.
Agreed.
And it was it sucked that it went to shame because it. Well, let's talk about your journey. Before we get into all those logistics and all the money and stuff, how did you get big on it? You used to make cat videos. First, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So basically, I didn't have anyone to film it. There was no collabs, nothing. You would
Right.
just basically like have a phone, film yourself, or have a tripod, film yourself. So I thought to myself, okay, if all these people are making videos with other people, like what do I have around me? And I look down and I see my fucking cat. I'm like, okay, like what can I do with my cat? And I just started thinking to myself, like, what do I do that's funny with my own cat? And whenever my cat like laid down, I used to like kind of like grab its paw and just like drag it around funny, and it would just like stare there and just like look at me. So I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. So I did a video where it's like cleaning with your cat, and I basically like
Used it as a broom.
Used it as a broom basically.
Yeah.
And it did well like at the time. I don't know what the numbers were, but I was like, oh shit, like people actually are.
But how did they see it? Did you just tell your boys to follow you?
No, I was using like hashtags at the time,
yeah.
and that was basically the only way to get seen when you first start.
Right.
So I think I amassed like maybe 3,000 or 4,000 followers like through posting like videos for a few months, and then I thought of an idea where I would have my cat on the balcony because I loved going on the balcony.
Just like sitting outside.
Yeah, just like getting
vaping.
fresh air. Yeah, vaping. I love looking at the pool in my dad's backyard and like imagining what it'd be like to know how to swim being a cat. So I was like, oh shit, like it'd be funny if somehow I was able to like throw my cat in the pool without actually throwing my cat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I went on Amazon, typed in like teddy, like, what is it, like fake white cat or whatever, and bought a fake white cat. And basically what I did was I had my cat on the balcony. I was like, oh, hey little girl, you want to go for a swim? I picked my cat up, and then what people don't know is when I reached back, I let go of my cat and I grabbed the dummy and I switched and I threw it, and it was all one take, so it looked like really good.
Yeah.
And I posted
PETA
it.
was at my front door the next day.
I was worried about that. I was actually worried about that. I think even on Facebook, the video is like, it says like sensitive material or something. Like, oh God. But yeah, so I posted it. That was my first video that ever went on the popular page on Vine. And I was super stoked. Gained about like a couple thousand followers, and woke up the next day to like 30 text messages from my friends saying that my video was on the Ellen show.
Oh shit.
They didn't say my name on it, but it was played on it.
Yeah.
And at the time, don't know if you remember this, but there was a show on YouTube called =3 with Ray William Johnson. And basically what he would do is every post, I don't know if it was every day or 3 days or once a week, but he would review viral videos on the internet.
Kind of like ridiculousness.
Yeah,
it's
basically exactly that.
Yeah.
But it, like, because of YouTube's time constraint, it was like the top 3 or top 5 videos of the week or whatever. So he posted that with a link to my Vine channel, and then I went from 5,000 followers to 30,000 followers.
So it was like overnight.
I was like, and that's where I changed. I was like, oh shit, like I can make content that goes viral that people enjoy. And I should start taking this seriously, start writing down my notes and the ideas in my notes, getting people to collab with me, this and that. And that was the start. That was the start of it.
When did you realize you could make money? Did someone come to you and say, hey, I'll pay you money?
Yeah.
Well, how much was your first brand deal if it's low?
3,000.
3,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And
I know a few people that were like, they were like, someone offered them like $100 and they're like, what?
Really? No, I got offered a couple deals for $100.
Did you know you could make $3,000?
No, never.
Were you like, did you take it right away?
Of course. I didn't even negotiate. I was like, 3,000? You know how much that has to, like, I have to work for $3,000 in my insurance job? Like, I literally have to wake up at 6 a.m. I gotta like
brush my teeth.
And
guess what? In that time frame, Cristiano Ronaldo has already made $1 million.
Yeah, I should have stuck to soccer. No, but for real though, like at the time I thought like, wow, like $3,000, what I would have to do in my normal job to make $3,000 as opposed to making a funny video for 6 seconds. Why am I going through all this trouble and stress and heartache and all this shit to make other people millions of dollars when I could literally make myself better money than I'm making these guys?
Right.
So
So how far along in the Vine career, how many followers did you hit before it was like, all right, I'm quitting insurance, I'm going to start doing this full time?
I think at the time I had over 2 million.
That's insane.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that. They think you can get like 50K followers and become famous and start making cash, guap money on social media. But like you had a job.
Yeah.
And in your free time had 2 million followers.
Yeah.
And you would still go to work every day.
That's right.
And that's the struggle. That's like the hustle.
Yeah. And
sorry, this sparkling water is making me burp every fucking second.
Shout out San Pellegrino.
Yeah. But that's awesome. So you quit your job and then did you move to LA immediately?
No.
When did you make the decision? Because everyone moved into Vine Street right down the street.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, let's go live in a college fucking dorm room.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the reason why I waited so long was possibly because I'm a bit older and I didn't live at home. So I had to take care of make sure that because I had a property that I owned, I had to make sure that, things were in order before I had to move out. I had to make sure that when I did leave my job, I left it, on good terms. And I think I came to LA in 2014, the end of 2014. And at the time, Jerry Perptrank and Max Jr. moved here and were like, yo, you got to move to LA. You got to move to LA. It's so much easier to collab with people.
Who made that collective decision that everyone should move out here? Do you know?
I don't think there was.
Because I know Batch lived in there before, right?
Yeah. So Batch lived in, are you talking about 1600?
Yeah.
1600 when I moved in, there was hardly it was only Batch, Curtis, Lepore, I believe Amanda Cerny lived there at the time, Rudy and Marcus Johns. Then shortly after, when I moved to LA, I was sleeping on Jerry and Max's couch. No one knows that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was sleeping on their couch for about a month because I kind of was new here, so I didn't know where to live. I didn't know I needed to open a bank account.
Did they live at 1600 as well?
No, they lived more central LA area.
And it was probably much more difficult for you or did you have dual citizenship?
No, I had to apply for visas.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah, I had to do a lot for me to move actually out here. It took about 8 months of getting the proper visas and this and that. And
it's insane because a lot of people on my podcast are literally not US based.
Really?
And that's the funniest thing because I feel like a lot of people in Los Angeles that are in this entertainment industry, fewer from Canada, Batches from Canada.
Yep.
I've had Johannes from Austria.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've had this visa conversation with so many people on the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll skip the visa conversation. Go listen to the Johannes podcast because that's basically all we talked about was this visa and how hard it is.
I'm sure his was a lot harder.
Yeah, it was a lot harder. So, all right. So you get into America, you come sleep on a couch.
Yeah, and then it was time for Jerry and Max to move out, and I was kind of like, oh shit, here it is. I'm gonna get the boot.
Yep.
And then Jerry comes back one day. He's like, yo, I think it was Curtis at the time. Curtis was like to Jerry, yo, you should move into 1600 Vine. We're all here collaborating. It's so much easier. So Jerry ends up renting a 1-bedroom place there. So that me and Max were like, oh shit, you trying to move to 1600 too?
Trying to link up?
You're trying to link up. So Max,
which keep in mind, 1600 was a luxury apartment.
Yes.
Everyone was living there. That shit's expensive.
Yeah. And I think at the time rent was I don't know what it is now, but it was $4,200 split between two dudes, and
it's a lot.
It's a lot of money. That's more than my mortgage was in Canada. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, fuck, I'm gonna have to spend all this money to move into another building with other people. But at the end of the day, I think I spoke to my dad, and my dad's like, you got to spend money to make money. Mm-hmm. If you quit your job and you want to go at this full force, you need to make some sacrifices or some risks.
And that puts you in an uncomfortable situation too, when you're dropping cash and you're like, damn, I have to pay $2,000 a month. Mm-hmm. I got to make at least $24,000 this year.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it just makes you work harder.
Of course.
Because it's either you make it or you go back home.
Yep.
And I to this day, I still don't want to go home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want, me going back to Toronto is me failing.
Yeah.
Me going back to insurance is me failing.
Right.
So it's the same now, we work to live the life that we live, right?
Yeah.
We I think you can say the same thing. You
Of
don't want
course.
to go back to Ohio, right?
Yeah, I went back for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, damn, there's nothing to do,
right?
And out here, I feel like the cool thing for me about moving to Los Angeles is you can become whoever the fuck you want.
Very true.
You don't know anybody when you move here,
Mm-hmm.
barely, whatever. In our community, we do, but you can put back everything. And I feel like back in the day when you started Vine, that was a time where social media wasn't really accepted, and
Very true.
it was a very judgmental period. Like, oh, what do you?
I lost a lot of friends.
You lost. You what do you think you're gonna get big on this? What do you make videos for a living?
Why
Like
you
that's so easy.
Why are you making a fool of yourself on the internet?
Right, and that's even when I started Instagram. Like same thing. People are like, because we were always told, don't post on social media because you're never going to get a job, because jobs are going to be like seeing your personal life and not hire you because of this photo or that video or these tweets.
That was social media back
They
then.
brainwashed you into saying it's bad, bad. And that was a time where it was like, if you were doing it, you were hated because you were doing something bad. And yeah, so for me, moving to Los Angeles, I got to put my life behind me and not worry about what are people going to think of me?
Very true.
You know, what are my friends going to say if I see them at school tomorrow? They're going to make fun of me because I'm making videos on the internet, you know? Like, so for me, Los Angeles was a fresh start, which is why I don't want to leave, because it's just like you can be whoever you want here.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, no.
All right, so what was it like when Vine died? Why did Vine die, by the way?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone knows the real reason Vine
I think
died.
I know the reason.
Why? Why do you think
Well,
Vine
because
died?
everyone formed an alliance, and then, you know, that's what happened. They revolted against the app, essentially.
Yeah, no. Like, if you want to go through the whole Vine story.
Right.
I mean, there was headlines when Vine officially ended that, you know, a group of us Viners basically held Vine hostage and all that kind of stuff.
I didn't know if that was public information. That's why I didn't want to say it.
No, it was. It was
Okay.
an article that said basically we demanded like millions of dollars to, or else we weren't going to post on Vine. But the reality is this: we email, like a lot of us. I want to say big Viners, but please don't roast me in the comments for saying big Viners. A lot of us big Viners at the time. Most of the people who lived at 1600 Vine. We emailed Vine so many times. We all had problems with our accounts. We all had questions for them. We all wanted to improve the app because basically we were on the app every single day and we noticed problems on the app. We weren't getting responses from Vine. They were very selective of who they spoke to. So a lot of us started using other apps. Instagram started video. YouTube, everyone started realizing that people were making money on YouTube. Facebook started having videos on it. So a lot of us went to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I started posting. I could speak for myself. I started posting on Facebook. I gained 1 million followers in a week on Facebook.
It was nuts. I remember because I lived with Logan and he was looking at you and he's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
And I was looking at other people saying, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, so that's why when I hopped on and I did that, I was like, I couldn't believe it, bro. Like, it was nuts. So I thought to myself, okay, why am I spending so much time on Vine where I'm not getting paid? Where I could post on Facebook and reach so much more people and get paid.
How could you get paid early on Facebook? Because I know there wasn't monetization. They had Diply.
That's what it was. We basically on Facebook we were posting articles and we were getting paid for how many
Impressions.
people were going to the articles, and we were making great money there. So when Vine eventually came around and emailed us saying, "Hey guys, we want to set up a meeting for you guys," a lot of us already left Vine. We were already done with the app. Because
to be honest, guys, like the top creators were kind of keeping the platform alive in a sense, because it was a home video platform, but you guys drove the traffic. People would show up, because I remember when Vine came out, I would go on there every day to find, like, I was a big fan of Marcus Johns, Nicholas McGallis, like all these guys. I would go on there every day to see if they posted, and I wasn't trying to find like, you know, new stuff. It was like I was following the creators that were always on the popular page.
Right. No, and it's true. And the reason why we were on the popular page was most of us we had big followings. So the way the app was set up was if you were getting more likes than the person who had less followers, you were going to be on the popular page. So it wasn't like
algorithmically.
Like it wasn't us like tricking systems and like what people are doing now, and getting onto these pages. It was just basically how the app was set up. But at the same time, we were getting hate for being on the top of the popular page. So it was like it fucking sucked, you know, because the better we were doing, the more hate we were getting on the app because of how the app was set up, and we weren't getting responses from them. So I guess Vine at the time saw that we weren't posting as much. And the app, the numbers were like starting to drop. So they set up a meeting and we basically said to them that we wanted things done a certain way on the app where, for instance, the smallest thing I could think of was for filtered comments. So if someone says a profanity on your page, you could block it out.
Right.
And everyone got together and basically said to each other, okay, what's it going to cost for us to actually stop everything else and focus on Vine like they want us to focus on Vine?
Right, because at the end of the day, it's your job. You should
Right.
get paid for it. So if you're making videos every single day,
it didn't start as a job, but it
it
ended up
became
being
a job, and you're getting these brand deals, but you can't rely on brand deals because you don't know. You could go 2 months making $0.
Longer.
You go longer, and then finally you hit one, and it's great. But like then you can go another 2 months. You can go 6 months. You can go a year, and not hit these. There's no guaranteed money in Vine because you didn't have ad revenue, and you're getting billions of loops.
Right. So imagine I think when Vine died, I had 3 billion loops, which is technical for 3 billion views, I guess.
Yeah.
Imagine I had that on YouTube.
That's like fucking $300 million.
I'd have like 4 gold chains on me right now. Right. But the reality is we weren't getting paid for it. So it was very.
That's hard. Just imagine how much the Super Bowl makes and how much NFL teams make and how much movies make. They do not even reach 3 billion people.
Yeah.
And people would complain that you guys got too much money.
Yeah.
You're getting paid too much. But then you have athletes like LeBron. You have athletes like Ronaldo. Mm-hmm. They're impressionable. They have an audience. People follow them, and they make hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yep.
But it's all gravy because it's LeBron James. It's Ronaldo. But like, who's this guy? Well, Piques is reaching just as many people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're bitching that he's making money.
Right.
Or wanting to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, I guess, the life we chose, right?
Right. Yeah.
So when they came,
but it's like public knowledge. It's cool now. It's like YouTubers and social media stars, like they make guap.
Yeah.
And people know that, and it's like respected, I guess.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be a social media star right now.
Because it's like, oh, they want the expensive things, they want the nice things, but like I talked about this on the last podcast. Half that shit we get for free. So
very true. I just did a story of like. I had like 6 Saint Laurent shoes. I think you even messaged me like, bro, 6 shoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I got it all for free.
Yeah, exactly. It's
everyone thinks I'm like spending money in racks and all this stuff, but no.
Like, no.
I take free shit.
Like I always say, perception is reality, guys. Like
That's
the house
true.
I live in, leased. The car I have, leased. Like the shoes, free.
Yeah.
Like perception, but yeah.
It's true. It's true. So back to the story. When Vine basically came to us, I wasn't the head of the alliance. I was just a part of it. Mm-hmm. What I did though was Vine emailed me and said, hey, we want a meeting. So I reached out to everyone who lived in the building via text or email or whatever the fuck it was.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah. Saying, hey, Vine wants to meet us. Who's down? Right. And that was it. Mm-hmm. That was it. And I was just a small guy. Like I wasn't like at the top of the food chain there. So I was basically just listening to everyone and throwing in my my comments when needed. And I never came up with any numbers. It was other people who came up with the numbers.
I heard it was $1 million.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
For a
per
year.
Person.
Per person for a year.
Yeah.
And to be fucking straight up, if you're a part of something and you're going to make $1 million, right? What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, hey guys, no, I'm going to take only $200,000.
Yeah.
You guys can all take $1 million because I'm worth a little bit less than you guys.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
At the time I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I'll make $1 million.
Yeah.
Why am I even part of this?
Yeah.
Like I just came from Canada. I've been here 8 months and now I'm part of a deal that I might make $1 million. What the fuck? This is crazy. And Vine took that back to their people, and
which, keep in mind, guys, Vine was owned by Twitter,
right?
Multi-million-dollar
right.
company.
So people at Vine went to Twitter to talk about what we requested, money and the changes to the app. And the changes weren't to benefit us; it was to benefit the app, the community, like everyone.
Yeah, of course, there's contractual stuff, like you have to post X amount of times.
Right, that's what it was.
Exclusivity, like all this stuff. So
yeah,
it's
we were basically posting. We agreed to post a certain amount of times on Vine. That whatever we posted on Vine, we couldn't post anywhere else on the internet. So it was worth a lot of money. Like honestly, like for instance, now. Do you think it's not worth fucking $1 million for King Batch to post fucking for 1 year on your app?
Yeah, looking back at it too. Like I mean, you look at the Forbes list, you got Jake Paul up there making $20 million last year.
Look what they've done to the internet.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 years since Vine has died.
And that's Forbes list. That's not even actual. Like Jake Paul probably made more than 20 million.
How the fuck are they on Forbes list?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, do you think that Jake Paul or Logan Paul, when they were on Vine, were thinking, "Oh, one day I'm going to be on Forbes"? Or
probably. Yeah.
Let me rephrase that, because they're probably thinking that, "Oh, one day." Yeah. But do you think that like they were thinking that, "Fuck, like I'm going to be on Forbes list"? It was really hard to even think to make millions of dollars on Vine.
Yeah.
Because like, unless you were like getting brand deals from like Coca-Cola and these like massive companies for hundreds of thousands of dollars, there's no way you're going to make that much money on Vine. So just to see what these guys have done over the past couple of years since Vine has died,
it's like a blessing.
It was a small investment for Vine.
It's a blessing in disguise. Like,
it is.
Yeah.
It is for the individuals, but for Vine, it's not, because they fucked up. I think, and personally, I think.
Yeah, of course.
And
everyone loves Vine.
To this day, like Vine compilations are still going viral on YouTube. Like there was so much good content on Vine. I think it was literally, I think it was Vine's fault, like for not allowing other people with great content to be seen in only a specific small group of people who had a big following. So having said that, like I hear Vine's coming back.
Yeah, it's called Byte.
Or some sort of
the
Vine. The
creator of Vine is creating a video looping app called Byte, available in the spring. Hop on it, try to get famous, guys.
So I really hope that whoever's involved can kind of learn from what happened bad with Vine and brings it into this new app and does well, because
it's so insane too, because you guys had this like whatever the request. Shortly after that, you guys all just left the platform.
Right.
Shortly after that, Vine's gone.
Right. And
shut down.
And a lot of us left because they started to do, I think Vine kind of like rebelled, like the app kind of rebelled against us in a way too, because.
So why'd they turn down the deal? Did they ever say?
Well, the funny thing is they thought that the number was split between, like it was $1 million split between 20 people.
Okay.
So that was already the start, the bad start.
Yeah.
So when they found out that it was per person, they were kind of like, "Oh shit! Like, okay, like hold up, like we need to make sure that this is okay."
Which, in the defense of Vine, probably is a very difficult decision to make. Not only because it's $20 million, but then what about? So you have how many millions did you have on Vine?
3 million, 3.1 or.
What if someone had 2.8 and wasn't included in that deal?
That was the problem. Yeah, that was the problem.
Because you can't pay everyone.
Right. Of course.
I mean, they could have made it. Not everyone gets $1 million. They could have made it by scale. Like
there was no counter though. It was like no. Okay. It wasn't like, okay, we took it back. We're only going to give. Okay, so if you have 2 million followers, you're only going to get this.
Yeah.
If you have 3 million followers, you're only going to get that. If you're a batch and you have 10 million, you're going to get this.
Yeah.
It was never like that. It was like, okay, cool. No. All right, thanks. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the way it was. Then what happened, they started featuring a lot of different people on the app. A lot of the bigger people on the app weren't being featured. And they're like, wait, how am I number 3, number 5, number 12, 30, whatever, and they're not featuring me on the app? Like,
so, but basically they took your advice.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
everything that we basically told them to do, they did it for other people.
Yeah.
And we were just like, fuck, like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell is going on? So we just like, we're okay. We're done. That's it. We're not posting no more. And then shortly after, I think 4 to 6 months, the app was done. And
you were on Facebook. You were doing really well on Facebook, growing extremely fast, going extremely viral. Logan hopped on Facebook. Lance 210 hopped on Facebook.
AB family.
AB family, I did not know that.
It was Lance and AB family who really got me started on Facebook.
Lance 210 doesn't get a lot of credit, bro, but he is before the wave on everything, dude.
I think Lance 210 deserves a lot of credit because I think when it comes to like growing on the internet or making money on the internet, he's a fucking genius.
He's a businessman. I remember when everyone was on Vine, he went over to Facebook and he's like telling me how much money he's making. I'm like, no fucking way. Yeah. I didn't believe him, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude's lying out of his ass.
He came over my house and was like, dude, like, this is what you got to do. I literally posted my first compilation next to him. Within the first minute and a half, he goes, this is going viral. I was like, dude, what do you mean? He's like, your shares are a little bit more than your likes. I was like, okay, what does that mean? He goes, trust me. Next day I woke up, had like 70 million views.
Yeah, he was.
I was like, what the fuck?
I would always go over to his apartment. He's like looking at analytics, all this shit. I'm like, dude, he studied it so hard, and he was a genius. He conquered it.
Yep.
Conquered Facebook. You conquered Facebook. Logan came over, conquered Facebook. Then Lance, everybody's on Facebook. fucking goes over to YouTube, daily vlogging.
Yep.
He's getting like 10,000 views a video. He's like, dude, trust me, daily vlogs. I'm like, no way, no one's gonna watch this shit every single day. I didn't believe in him either. Next thing you know, Lance 210, million views a day. Like, he's stuck at it. He just studied the algorithms. He knew what to do. Yeah. He knew how you had to do it, when you needed to post, like what the best content was. Clickbait king, like.
And he used to talk to everyone. Like,
he was generous about it. He should have kept his mouth shut. And he's like, sometimes, but like. He spread the love. He would tell people like, yo, this is the wave. Get on this.
That's why I think he's a good kid. Like, he deserves really a lot of more respect than he gets on the internet, at least. And I mean, if it wasn't for Lance, I probably wouldn't have started Facebook, and I possibly wouldn't be here now. Right. So shout out Lance 210.
Shout out Lance 210. He gets a lot of hate because, like, I don't know. He does like do a lot of clickbait.
Yeah.
But like, dude, you got like,
it's not, the thing is like, I get it. I get why people hate on it. And I get why people post it. It's like...
It's a business.
Me, whenever I have a girl in my video, I don't get roasted a lot, but I've got roasted. You know, oh, you only use girls for views. And the reality is, no, I don't only use girls for views, but I know that using girls helps views.
Right.
So when I get a chance to use a girl in a video, fuck yeah, I'm going to use it, because why not? Like, if the app...
I was the same way. I would try to have a female in every single video I made, just because I knew people liked seeing guys with girls. It wasn't that, it's not that I'm using women. I'm not using their bodies. I'm not doing that. I knew that people like to see relationships. People like to see people together. They like to see that interaction, because you have to look at it from an outside perspective. People are like, whoa, how's Piques have this girl in his video? And then that draws eyeballs, that draws attraction. Like, it's a business, you know what I mean? And they're growing as well. Like, there'd be times I post a girl and she'd gain more than me.
I mean, that's every video.
Every video I post. I'll post a video with a girl. She'll gain like 30 to 50,000 followers.
And you gain like 4K.
Yeah. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like if I could post videos every day with just dudes, I would do it, but it doesn't do good.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Like, if you literally go on my Instagram and you can pick out videos that are me with a girl, or me by myself, or me with another guy, it'll be like what's the right word? Astronomically different. I'll get like maybe 300,000-400,000 views by myself, and if I use a girl, guaranteed over 1 million.
Yeah.
So it's because
there's a lot of thirsty dudes out there.
Yeah, and if you go through your explore page on Instagram, it's all ass and tits.
Literally.
Titties, sorry. Yeah, it's like all I see now is just ass and tits. So
it's bad.
So it's like worse now, and I'm like, fuck, like, I got so much hate for this shit, and now it looks like an escort service at times.
And people are posting it themselves. The girls are posting it themselves.
They're doing it themselves. So
I don't know. What was it like getting roasted by PewDiePie?
That was a dark day.
What was that all about?
It sucked, man. Like, I got asked this question a couple weeks ago too, and I used to watch PewDiePie. I mean, I still do go on his channel and watch his videos. So, like, growing up watching PewDiePie and then seeing yourself in one of his videos and you getting roasted by him, like, it sucks. And to be honest, like, I started to get a lot of self-doubt after he posted.
Really?
I did, man. And I was super fucking I never thought what other people thought about me. I never thought like anything.
But this is someone you respected.
That's why
like,
it's
you
like,
looked up to, you watched his videos, and now all of a sudden he's like shitting on you.
It's like, wait, the guy who I fucking respect and grew up watching hates my content. And I think another thing that sucked was I was just getting a lot of people on my page who followed him saying like, kill yourself, you fucking suck, like, you're 40, what the fuck are you doing, like, all this kind of stuff. And people don't think that we read our comments, you know, like, we want to know if people are liking our videos or not. And just seeing that kind of stuff like made me feel really down, like fuck,
he basically threw a bunch of negativity at your channel.
Yeah, and I've never received that on that scale before. And
I hate those types of channels that like roast people and react to people, or in cringe compilations, and they talk shit about everyone else doing their hustle, because that just shows that they have low value in themselves, because they have to talk other people down. They have to put them down to make them feel better.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. And I think that I tell people I'm an amateur at this. Like, I'm still a regular dude who makes videos. I'm not a professional filmmaker. I'm not a professional writer. I'm not a professional at social media. Whatever I find funny, I write it down and I do in a skit. So yeah, I'm going to make mistakes. Yeah, I'm going to post stuff that's not funny. Yeah, I'm going to post stuff that's cringe, but it's all a learning process for all of us. So when I saw someone like put me down over videos that he thought weren't funny, and maybe they weren't funny, right? Like, who cares? I was just like, really had to like, I went in I wouldn't say a dark spot, but like, I just started second guessing myself a lot. And to this day, I still like always think to myself before I post a video, like, fuck, is this video gonna get me roasted by someone? So I don't want to say it's a blessing, but maybe like that from PewDiePie has made me kind of like think, oh shit, like, hey, I gotta really worry about the content I post now. Like, it has to be really good before I post it. But at the same time, like, these apps aren't allowing us to do that because they want us to post every day. They want us to do this every day. They want us to be a slave to their apps. So it's just so hard, like, being in the middle of not posting every day and posting every day. Because if you post every day, like, reality is you're not going to post good content every day.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to post cringe shit. You're going to post not funny stuff. And yeah, I just wish that, like, you know, people were a little bit easier on people on the internet because, you know, like, I'm lucky that I'm in my 30s. If I'm a 14, 15-year-old kid or girl or boy and someone with 70 million followers is roasting me, you know, like, I really feel sorry for these kids because they're not like fully developed yet, like mentally, and it could take them into a really dark place. And a lot of these kids don't maybe have people to talk to. I have my family, my friends I talked to during the time, and all my friends were like, yo, don't even worry about it. Take it as a blessing because someone with 70 million followers had the time of day to care about posting your shit. If anything, that's more eyes on your content, and any publicity is good publicity, they're telling me. So I just hope that, like, if people do like roast people on the internet, they just understand that the other person that they're roasting is a human being as well, and they have feelings.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like now that you mentioned that too, like the 14-year-old, like Ricegum would do a lot of roasting music leaders, and these kids are like 8 to fucking 14. Right. And yeah, it could take a toll on you mentally. If it takes a toll on someone who's in their 30s.
Yeah, of course.
Imagine someone half the age, half the life experience, like it's like bullying on a grand scale.
It is. And you know, I don't want to like call these people out because, you know, like, they obviously have an audience, right? But it's a little bit weird to me because
people love to hate, bro.
Yeah, but throughout 2018, you're seeing like, oh, anti-bullying, you know, like, spread love, not hate, spread love, not hate. But then you go on YouTube and you see all these huge accounts hating on people, using people who are famous to get views and hating on those people. And you're like, wait, like, how is this a message on the internet, but these apps are supporting something that's not like that? So it was 2018 was a really weird time for me because, like, I just didn't.
Everyone, bro.
I know. I just didn't understand the internet of 2018.
2018, I've talked about this a lot on the podcast, was very drama centric. Like, who can hate on who can start a fight, and like, it gets views, it pulls in. But like, someone like me, like, I always had the motto of be positive, be happy, be you. Like, that was my motto with the voice crack in there too.
And that's why I still fuck with you, Mark. Yeah, you are like that.
But dude, but it sucks because you see the trend, right? So then you try to do it. You know, you're like, fuck, dude. Like, everyone on this platform's like talking shit. They're doing diss tracks. They're roasting them. It's getting super personal. Yeah. You're like, damn, I need to do this to get views now. Like, I need to hurt someone's feelings for people to watch my shit. And like, and it sucks because when you do post those videos, the views come quick. It's like, easy. Oh, clickbait, watch. Yeah. Like, I could post a video like saying like, me and Kylie had the best night ever. Do terrible. But if I say me and Kylie broke up, got in a huge argument. Yeah. Clicks, views.
100%.
Like, it's just, it sucks, man. And it's like, how can we make steps to not make social media all about negativity?
That's a tough question. And honestly, it starts with the apps. The problem is that, like, a guy like myself, a guy like you know, I can speak for myself at least. Whenever I email an app, it takes, I think the last email I sent Instagram took them 2 months to respond to me. So it's like, how are you running an app where someone with millions of followers doesn't even get an answer for 2 months? I've been on the app since 2012. So, like, you know, I understand if you're getting millions and millions and millions of requests a day, but you're not. You're getting, you handle influencers. That's your job. and it takes you 2 months to answer someone with millions of followers when they have an issue. Maybe you don't have enough people employed in your company. I don't know.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I mean,
like,
for me personally, I have a good relationship with Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I reach out to my contact at Facebook, immediately text me back. I can text her at midnight.
That's
and she'll
unreal.
text me back. So
let me know who your contact is.
My relationship with Facebook is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
They've done me super, super well. Instagram, I could get a text back a couple days later. I've had a few issues with my Instagram. Hasn't been fixed. Like, I can't do music on my Instagram. I haven't been able to, and it still hasn't been fixed. So I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, bro, the very worst platform at giving a shit about their creators is YouTube.
Really?
Hands down, they do not care about their creators because they're trying to transform in my opinion, their platform into this traditional like platform.
Right.
Because I can email YouTube, my contact at YouTube, and they'll send me an FAQ link back, like, here's how to solve your problem.
Right.
Like
See,
3 days later.
That's what I get from the other apps.
Yeah.
So like,
But it's like, no, I can fucking read.
yeah.
I want you to solve this problem.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be having to email you, then read, and then feel helpless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you go on the trending page on YouTube. It's like all these mainstream guys, Will Smith, it's Trevor Noah, Late Show with Jimmy Kimmel,
And
Jimmy Fallon, Ariana Grande.
You see on the trending page 200K views in 2 days.
Exactly.
Number 3 on the trending page.
This
like,
has been the recurring thing because
I see it. I'm not even a YouTuber and I see it. I'm questioning it. Like, wait, how is this guy on the trending page with 300,000? I'm thinking like, wait, is YouTube dying?
Well, what bothers me, dude, is they put all the traditional shit on YouTube's trending page.
But are they paying for it, or YouTube is just
Who
putting
knows?
it?
It's not public knowledge. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and it's insane how much money YouTube makes. Like, you have all these
Yeah.
people on the Forbes list, right? The top YouTubers, 20 million from Ryan's toy review. So if he made 20 million, YouTube takes 50% of everything you make.
Right.
So YouTube made 40 million off him, or 20 million off
Yeah,
him.
40
whatever. Say
total.
40 total million. Logan Paul, but YouTube owns all these YouTubers, half their money. So it's like, you're making billions of dollars, but what they're trying to do, like, they don't give a shit about those guys.
I wonder why, if all these people, like influencers, are where your majority of your ad revenue comes from, right? Because they're putting ads on people's videos.
Right.
Why not support those motherfuckers to the fullest? Right? Like it's the same thing
honest,
with every
I
app,
don't
though.
go to YouTube. This is just me personally. I don't go to YouTube to watch Jimmy Fallon. I don't go to YouTube to watch, the highlights, yeah, for like an NFL game. Sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, but like once in a while.
I'll watch
like,
carpool karaoke.
That shit's the bomb.
That
though.
shit's good. Those segments are good on YouTube. But like, when I think YouTube, I think YouTuber. I don't think Jimmy Fallon. I don't think Ariana Grande's music video #1. I don't think all these mainstream people. I don't think that when I think YouTube.
Yeah.
When I think YouTube, I think Casey Neistat. I think PewDiePie. I think Logan. I think Jake. I think all these YouTubers.
Yeah.
And it just sucks to, and me personally, for me, someone like me, I got on the trending page once, I think. And it helped me out a lot.
But do you even know how to get on the trending page? Probably not.
I
right?
have never been on the trending page since the one time I was on the trending page.
Right.
And it transformed my career. It gave me a YouTube career because I made all these videos, got on the trending page, gained like fucking 250,000 subscribers in a week.
That's amazing.
Blew me up, which was great, awesome. But I did make a lot of really good videos, and it goes back to the negativity. Like, I just made a video giving back like 2,000 toys to kids in need and donating money and all this stuff, and it does like 50,000 views. And then I did a clickbait video with Kylie, like, we're separating, and it does like 250,000, you know?
Right.
It's like my video that does well doesn't get seen. And the algorithm knows. The algorithm's all about like who's clicking it in the first 5 seconds. Because even on the new creator studio on YouTube, it says your video is performing number 5 out of your last 10 videos.
Right.
So it knows in comparison of what time, like, you can check all those analytics. And if it doesn't do well right off the bat, this is why I ask for likes. This is why I ask for comments. This is why
it's not us being like, it's
it's not us being spammy. It's not us saying like, smash that subscribe button. Like, we try to say it cool, but like, this is like a cry out for help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And same thing. Like I do kind of the same thing. Like on my Instagram, I hear that if someone has, let's just say someone gets 500 comments in 10 minutes. If someone has 750 in 10 minutes, then the algorithm knows that this post is doing better than the last. Therefore, it'll push it up or hit the explore page. So when you hear that, you're like, oh, okay, I know how to not trick the system, but I know what to do in order for myself to get seen. Right. If I don't want to get seen, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to get brand deals. I'm just going to stay stagnant or lose followers. So,
and it's a business,
right? So when these apps are making us only grow by doing certain things in order for us to be seen, we've basically dropped everything in our old lives to live this life. We have to do these things in order for us to.
And if you're an up and coming creator, like, it sucks because you have a side job. You don't have time to do it. Like,
right.
I shouldn't, when I post a video, I have 3 million followers on Instagram. 3 million people should see that fucking video. I'm
Agreed.
sorry.
Maybe not in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the first hour, but I agree that within the first 24 hours, it should hit at least 75 to 80% of your followers.
Exactly. And it doesn't. It hits like 20% max.
I'm lucky if it hits 20%. I think my reach, if it doesn't hit the Explore page, I have 2.1 million. My reach, if it doesn't hit the popular page, is anywhere between 400,000 to 500,000 people. So literally 1.6 million people aren't seeing my video.
But they do follow you.
But exactly my next point, who have clicked follow to see my content. Yeah. So now, what the fuck's the point of a follow button?
Yeah.
You might as well just have 0 followers and just post my shit on the Explore page.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same fucking shit.
It's such a shame because to get my video seen, the things I should be able to post and go about my day. Make the next video, right?
Exactly. But
bro,
no, you gotta.
I gotta post. I gotta reply to comments.
Refresh.
I gotta go live. I gotta throw up an Instagram story saying I just posted a video. Go comment. I'm sitting there for 2 hours after I post a video, commenting back. I'm live. I'm replying to DMs, doing all this stuff, which is great. It's gravy. Like, I like to talk to my fans, but I don't.
As do I.
I don't want to sit there for 2 hours after I post doing that and then go make another video. Have to film it, have to edit it, have to come up with the ideas and repeat the cycle. Like, I have shit that I have to do.
Yeah, it's only us. Like, we're working for, like, I know yourself too. You know, you write your skits, you direct your skits, you fucking film your skits probably too. You cast, you edit, you do everything, right? So how the fuck can I post every day when you guys want me to do that to grow if I'm gonna have to do all this other shit to do it?
And keep in mind, you can't just do it on Instagram.
And we're not getting paid for our Instagram skits. So it's like
the same thing that goes back to Vine. Yeah,
we can hire people. Like, I can hire an assistant and pay them $40,000 a year, $30,000, $50,000 when the return per video is 0 and me just waiting for a brand deal to come by. And brand deals aren't what they used to be anymore because everyone has 100, 200,000 followers now and charges fucking $50 a promo.
Yeah.
So it's really hard.
So what's happening with Instagram, in my opinion, is they're trying to push this IGTV really, really hard.
Yes.
Which it's supposed to have ad breaks, just like YouTube. So before you watch the video, there's going to be an ad, and then the creator will make money. Probably do the same model as YouTube. 50% goes to Instagram, 50% goes to the creator,
which is a good thing.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
of
like,
course.
making
so then
people
it's guaranteed. Like, okay, the more I post, the more money I make, right? Guaranteed income. But what? So what this takes away from, though, is brand deals.
Correct.
Because why is Coca-Cola gonna spend $50,000 on me and chance my video hitting the Explore page, chance my video seeing 3 million followers?
I'll give you an example after this.
Chance all of this when Instagram, they can give 50 G's to Instagram, and Instagram can guarantee that this ad is going to play before this video on anyone's page I want. Kim Kardashian posts a video, bam, Coca-Cola right there. Who are you going to choose? Ghostbusters? No, you're going to choose Kim Kardashian 100%. Over Mark Dohner 500% of the time.
Yep.
So now so once this does roll out, brand deals are going to be hard to come by because Instagram, you can't. On Instagram, you can't build the same type of audience you can build on YouTube.
Right.
YouTube sees your daily life. There's a vlog audience. They're there. They're invested. They like you for you. Instagram is a facade. Instagram is your highlight reel, your best highlights. You don't have a personal relationship with your Instagram followers like you do on YouTube.
Very true.
So it's like YouTube, you can still get brand deals because, like, if Logan wanted to sell fucking glasses, he could sell millions of them because people love Logan and love his glasses.
All he has to do is put a
Maverick logo
on it.
But on Instagram, if Logan was like, yo guys, buy my glass, it's not going to be the same.
Right, of course.
What were you going to say with your story?
No, I was going to say, like, this whole algorithm thing, I had a company that came to me and was paying me a certain price because of my views. I think the average they calculated was like 1.5 million views. Post the ad, reaches only like 400,000 people, shit. Gets like 300K views. Company's pissed at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You guys approved the video.
Yeah.
You guys approved the price. You guys did everything. All I did was create the content and post it. This company was asking for half their money back.
Because it didn't reach the same amount of people.
Right. And I'm like, guys, like, here's all the analytics, right? If my post isn't reaching people, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, how am I supposed to change this? Like, if it doesn't reach the amount of people that you guys thought it was going to reach, it's not me. It's the app that's not letting it reach these people.
Yeah.
And this is like when the algorithm shit first kind of started.
It's gone haywire. Yeah.
And like now it's so fucked up. Like, you just don't really know whether or not a video is going to do well or not. Like, you can have an amazing... The other day, Marlon Webb posted a fucking football video. I was dying of laughter. I think within the first hour, it had like 150,000 views. I checked yesterday, like 2 or 3 days later, 300,000 views.
Yeah.
How?
Yep.
How?
Doesn't make sense. But anyways, off the topic of bitching about social media.
Yes.
What good opportunities is social media giving you? You shoot a lot of videos with porn stars. Have you smashed any of them?
No, unfortunately not. No, I mean, it's got like social media has made me meet a lot of different people, a lot of people who I probably would have never met in my life. One of those, like, I can tell you straight up, King Batch. Never thought I'd be his friend. Never thought I'd hang out with him. Never thought he'd be as cool as he is.
He's so humble,
dude. Like
he's been on the top. Like, he's in movies now.
Yeah, it just surprises me. Like how humble the guy is.
Yeah,
and,
he's a great guy.
And I'm so thankful that I can say that I'm his friend. You know, yourself. Like we would have never met each other if it wasn't for social media. There's so many people who I've met through social media and connected with, who are my friends now. And but like, as far as opportunities go, I'm still like writing TV shows. I think my ultimate goal, what I really want to get out of social media, is I want to create or produce my own TV series. I don't really care to be in front of the camera. I really don't. I'm down with just creating and directing. So I think that's like my ultimate passion. I have like 4 or 5 different shows that I'm writing currently. And the plan is to pitch them, and we'll see where that goes. So I'm thankful that like social media would even get me in the door to pitch something to someone. Yeah,
like we sit and we're complaining about shifts in algorithms and shifts in, but at the end of the day, like these platforms have given us an opportunity to live the life that we do live.
1,000%. We're just like, it's our job, right? So we're just complaining about the things within our job. But
right.
Yeah, when you and I are super blessed to be here right now at this table talking and, you know, speaking in front of thousands or millions of people. And, you know, like it's crazy that like you have people who look up to you. I have people who look up to me, and we've never met them before. And, you know, it really like makes me realize that like we're doing something good, you know, like you're helping people. I'm helping people. You get messages, I'm sure, saying, hey man, like I was really upset yesterday and I watched one of your videos and it made me feel good.
Yeah. I get those all the time.
And I get them. So it's like, why am I going to stop doing this when I'm creating, like, you think PewDiePie is going to make me stop from fucking making Little Joe happy? He's
Little
not
Joe.
Yeah, Little Joe. I'm going to make that motherfucker happy until fucking this thing's taken away from me.
Yeah.
So like, you know, we're super blessed to be in this position, and we have to have a lot of responsibility too, because, you know, it worries me at times myself, because I like posting edgier content than you, per se. So I necessarily don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know, but at the same time, I'm trying to be a comedian, trying to do what makes me funny. So it's a responsibility now that you and I have, you know, to...
It is a responsibility. And granted, yeah, we've been blessed with opportunity. We've been blessed with financial stability. We've been blessed with all those things. But at the same time, there is a lot of pressure. There's millions of people watching. You're a role model.
Right.
So to see that success, that quick success, he can do it, I can do it. There's a lot of pressure there because you don't want to fail.
Right.
And you don't want to let those people down. You don't want to let those millions of people down to see you come up here and then fall.
That's right.
So that's where the pressure comes in. That's where the complaining about this certain things come in that we're talking about, because those all lead to the downfall.
And we've seen people.
And we've seen it. You
We've
know,
seen it.
Like when Vine died, a lot of people that were on top of the world, where are they?
Right. It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So an app does, as sad as it sounds, the app does control our life in a sense.
It does. It's scary.
It's scary.
Right? It's like fucking Black Mirror.
Yeah, it is. Because if Instagram shuts down tomorrow, Facebook shuts down, the internet shuts down, where's our income? Where do we go?
Yeah.
So yeah, that pressure on the shoulders, while it is great,
it makes you realize you're ain't shit too.
Yeah. Oh, of course. These companies are billion-dollar companies. But yeah, guys, if you're trying to be, this was actually a really, really good podcast. Like this was probably one of my favorite podcasts because we talked a lot about the industry and like personal struggles and growth and how we're dealing with those. And it felt like a good conversation to have. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go give Piques a follow on all of his social media platforms.
Yeah.
Shout out to him and his vape god. Give me some smoke.
All right,
blow some. Give me an O. Oh wow, a big inhale. Oh, he's blowing O's, guys. Hit the like button for the O's. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time here on Livin' Large.
Yeah.